I am gonna be so sore tomorrow.
Oh wait, oh shit. Is that your phone?
I got it.
Now the tears are coming.
It's okay.
It's gonna be okay. They're extremely resilient.
We can't solve this problem right now.
We found so many at the bottom of the lake that still work.
Okay, if you and I wanna...
All right, we're gonna let's sit up on the boat.
Okay, one.
Okay, 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, now let
me... it's an anchor. Of course it's an anchor.
The thing that caught me by surprise was the number of fish that were just like hooked and on the bottom.
Yeah.
You just see them like trailing a line and just wrapped around on the bottom. I didn't even realize they were fish at first because they're just like bright and shiny. And then you get closer, like, oh, that's what that is.
Don't touch them.
Yeah, no,
They'll explode. It's
oh, really?
gross. It's super gross.
As a boy, I grew up fishing, going into Yellowstone, going out on lakes on pontoon boats, and even going to Alaska to the Kenai to go salmon fishing. And overall, fishing has been part of my background and a staple in the culture of the United States, especially here on the Eastern Sierra. These lakes like Convict Lake, like June Lake, are absolutely stunning examples of the California outdoors. Unfortunately, despite how gorgeous, how beautiful they really are a disaster underneath the surface. In April of 2021, I got out with another diver and we were doing pilot research across about 7 lakes throughout the West Coast. We stopped at June Lake and I did a cleanup and we filled a mesh bag full of bait jars and a few beer cans, and we thought it was just a tiny hotspot. But we still planned a full-on circumnavigated cleanup for June Lake in 2022. And we were absolutely blown away by the disaster that was waiting for us underneath the surface of June Lake. In 2023, we came out here with the Clean Up the Lake team. We did a secondary cleanup at June Lake because it was so dirty. 2022, we pulled out thousands and thousands of pounds. All we could see were bait jars and beer cans. And when we finished a deeper and secondary hotspot clean at June Lake, we actually went over here to Convict Lake and did a survey dive using DPVs. And another diver and I made our way about 2/3 around the lake, and we found the most disastrous hotspot right here behind me. And 2 years have passed, and we're now just getting in to see if it's still there.
Prepping for this trip, I was like pretty nervous because it is a lot to take on. It is a lot of work. And then the weekend before we were supposed to come out, I came out with Colin for a film festival. And on my way home, I came down to Convict to like see what I was getting into next week. As I was driving up, I was like, holy cow. It's such a dramatic backdrop. It's so beautiful out here. And like, I instantly was like, I'm so excited for what's to come.
Convict Lake's been somewhere that I've always like stopped at and come to, and it's always just such a beautiful landscape with Laurel Mountain and Mount Morrison with a really dramatic backdrop.
I'm new to this part of the world and I heard about Convict Lake being a beautiful place, so I was expecting it's going to be beautiful. When I got here and when I saw the backdrop with these mountains and the hills surrounding it and the greens, it was a really beautiful alpine lake, even better than what people told me.
Day one, when we started pulling tire after tire after tire out of the lake, it did kind of change that perception of just like, you never know what's underwater. And when that continued into day 2 and there was just still more and more tires, it just is really gratifying to be able to help match the bottom of the lake to what we all see up top.
We started diving like here in front of the marina. And basically in the last week, we touched the area in front of the marina multiple times. Within like 4 days, we went down multiple times. And each time, even though we were covering the same ground that we already cleared, we still found litter, and not just a little bit of litter. We were pulling out bags of litter. So this was like a very stark contrast to what I saw on the first morning when I actually saw like the surroundings in the lake, like how beautiful it looked like on the surface. Underground, it was like almost like a dump.
I knew there was gonna be a lot of trash, but I didn't think there was gonna be that much trash. It's so sad to see such a beautiful disaster, but I'm happy we started working and cleaning and getting it out, and we did. We got a lot.
Going in with Betty and Martin.
Yep.
This is their first dive with us on this project, and we're going to be hitting the hot spot that we've been calling it. We just have a treasure trove of garbage right outside the front of the marina here. On one dive we pulled 880 pounds, specifically just from this one area.
Yeah, there's more tires. Dude, I can't.
It's been a bit crazy. I think we're 2,000 pounds of litter removed, most of it from right here behind me. We've had a few dives where we pulled out over 19 tires per dive. It's been a bit nutty. Not sure what to expect today. We're splitting into DPV divers. We've got hotspot divers. We've had as many as 8 divers in the water at a time, and the team's doing freaking amazing, kind of coordinating it all and getting it cleaner here in Convict Lake.
We realized that the patch of litter that we found in the initial hotspot is way bigger than what we were expecting, and also harder to clean because of all the silt that collected on top of it. So we decided we're gonna go cover the same ground multiple times to actually be able to collect all the litter that was underneath that silt. The other thing that affected our plans significantly was the weather. Yesterday and today we had a situation where thunderstorms rolled in. So after the first dive, we had to do a very long surface interval and we had to wait for the storm to pass. The other risk are the winds. When we're sending heavy lift of leaders up and the kayakers need to pull that on the kayak, every small bouncing that the wind and the waves is going to cause to them can tilt them over and toss them in the lake. And of course, like falling in the water is not so dangerous, but this water is quite cold and the risk of hypothermia is still very real. So we don't want to expose our kayakers to these severe weather conditions. So I'm working with Clean Up the Lake as an operations coordinator, which means that my job is to make sure that the dives happen in very short. But in longer, that means that I'm communicating to the volunteers. I'm arranging the volunteers to come on any of our cleanup activities. This also means I need to figure out where we're going to be able to find places to station the volunteers for a week or for a couple of days if they come. And I also need to provide all the gear that we need, also to make sure that it's clean and that we're not spreading any invasive species with it.
Clem is my favorite human in the whole world, other than you. I said other than you. He does everything. He's Superman. He goes above and beyond, not only doing his job, but helping me with mine and being there for everyone, knowing what we need before we need it. I mean, the number of times on this trip alone that he's like just reached out to make sure that like, are you doing okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay? What can I do to help? Here's where this is. The man wakes up at 5 a.m., goes to sleep at 1 to make sure that the volunteers are having fun. Clement is Superman.
And one of the things that I really love doing, that I'm doing for basically my entire life, is freediving. And Reno is an hour away from Tahoe. Tahoe is really beautiful, so I was like, yeah, sure, like I'm gonna go dive in Tahoe. But diving alone is not a pleasant activity. So I started looking for opportunities to dive with other people, and this is how I found Clean Up the Lake, which enabled me to dive a lot more.
So I was on the jet ski for most of this trip, and It was either incredibly relaxing or incredibly stressful. While I'm out there on the jet ski, I have to like do a lot of like the data science behind what we find on the dives. I have to track starts, stops, any kind of non-collectibles or invasive species. The way I explain it is like the divers can communicate with me in two ways, heavy lift bags or SMBs. So I go and I'm tracking all that stuff.
Clement and Jenny have been doing an absolutely amazing job this week. Seeing them really kind of tear up operations, managing a million different things and still having a good attitude and having fun while they do it has been just brilliant to watch. Clement's been, handling the dive gear, managing people to help him, making sure we're safe, making sure everything runs smoothly. And it's, I haven't seen someone do better than this guy has. So I'm very proud of him, very happy to have him on our team and feel like not only myself, but everyone's in good hands. Jenny's come into the team recently in a new way and took over the role in programs and litter management. And she's not only brought in like good work ethic and a good approach to the job, but she's also brought in her own unique attitude that everyone has a good laugh and they also love it about her. So she's fun, good energy, keeping everyone giggling and working hard. And you can't really say no to her too. It's there's volunteering and there's being voluntold, and she knows how to get the job done.
So this week I was mainly driving the boat, which was a lot of fun for me, getting some experience behind the wheel of that, making sure all the divers got out there safely, got geared up, and then making sure they could get transported back to the shore.
It's just been super gratifying when we kind of closed the gap yesterday and met both groups of divers on the south side of the lake. It was just really cool to realize we were paddling towards them and that we were going to meet, and that was just a really nice completion for the circumnavigation around Convict Lake for the project.
I really just wanted to get out and spend some time on the water and underwater, but the social aspect has been a pleasant surprise. It's been a great group of people. We've had fun every day on the water, sorting, afterwards just chilling and like having drinks and playing Catan or other games or getting into Mammoth and or just hanging in the cabin.
So I had like a little bit of a moment yesterday, just overwhelmed with how much we have to sort and how much we have left to do on our final day. And the team could see it on my face and really stepped up and alleviated the stress, like kind of took control and let me have like a little moment to walk and cry in a corner. I did not cry. Things like this really make us all grow together and work better together. And so that's been really great. It's also really cool to see how many volunteers are out here, that come out here, that care, that go out of their way to spend like the whole day with me doing dirty jobs. It's not easy work out here. So it's great to see the community rally. It's day 5. I don't have any clean clothes. Our expectations and our predictions of what we were gonna pull out, we far exceeded. So that's really neat to see and do, and I'm excited for the next one.
Most of this litter was beer cans, bait jars, fishing lures, fishing line, even over 50 tires that we heard a lot of people used to dump in the lake to create habitat for fish, which it's plastic. I don't think you want that in your drinking water. And we've also found thousands of beer cans that we pulled out of this lake. So what do we do about it? At the end of the day, we need to make sure we have equitable recycling facilities all up and down this popular shoreline. We need to think about creating programs or subsidies to help people throw away and dispose of tires at a garbage dump, waste management facilities, and not these beautiful lakes that we all love to visit. There's a lot of ways that we need to look at addressing these issues before they happen. Because what I'm looking at behind me is one of the most beautiful resources that we have left on this planet, our freshwater lakes. And it's our job to protect them moving forward, because as climate change hits, as our world changes, a place like this becomes so much more scarce. I think we need to change a beautiful disaster into simply something beautiful.